you'll see a message like, "Congratulations, this browser is configured to use Tor." Now, wait about 12 seconds, hit refresh, and boom. Your IP changes. That's the proof. Your traffic is bouncing through different Tor nodes all over the world. Today, I'm going to show you how hackers actually hide their identity and stay completely anonymous online using something called TorNet on Kali Linux. We're going to bounce IPs, change IPs, and I'll show you exactly how the rotation works in real time. You're going to see how hackers bounce their IPs live. Now, don't worry. This is purely for educational purposes. The goal here is to understand how IP rotation works, so you can protect yourself and see how anonymity networks function under the hood. All right, first off, let's update the system so we're working with the latest packages. I'll run sudo apt update in the terminal. Once that's done, we're going to install Tor and a few Python tools that TorNet depends on. Don't worry, I'll put the exact command in the description so you can copy it. This command installs Tor, Python 3, virtual environment support, pip, and git. Basically everything we need to get TorNet up and running cleanly. Next, we need to configure Tor so TorNet can actually talk to it. Open the Tor configuration file by typing sudo nanospace /etc/tor/torrc. Scroll down and look for these two lines, ControlPort 9051 and Cookie Authentication 1. In many installs, these are already enabled, but if in your case there's a little hash in front of them, go ahead and remove it. That hash disables the line, so removing it turns the setting on. The control port lets other apps like TorNet talk to Tor, and cookie authentication keeps that connection secure. After editing, press Ctrl+X, then Y, and hit Enter to save and close the file. Now let's restart Tor so the changes take effect. Run sudo systemctl restart Tor, and then check if it's running by typing sudo systemctl status Tor. If you see green text saying active running, perfect, Tor is up and working in the background. Next up, let's set up a clean workspace for TorNet. I like to keep things organized, so we'll create a new folder and move into it. mkdir-p tilde/tornet setup and then cd tilde/tornet -setup. Inside this folder, we'll create a Python virtual environment by running python 3-m venv tornet-venv. This isolates all the dependencies for TorNet so it doesn't mess with your system Python. Once that's done, activate it with source tornet-venv/bin/activate. You'll know it's working when you see tornet-venv at the start of your terminal line. That means we're now inside our dedicated TorNet environment. All right, now let's install TorNet and a couple of Python libraries it needs. First, upgrade pip with pip install --upgrade pip. Then install TorNet requests and PySocks by typing pip install TorNet requests PySocks. Just let it run until it finishes. Should be quick. Before we actually run TorNet, we just want to make sure that Tor itself is running and listening on port 9050 since that's the default port TorNet uses to route traffic. So to check that, run this command. If you see something like 127.0.0.1:9050, that's perfect. All right, now before we actually run TorNet, there's one more thing we got to do. We need to make sure our browser is actually using Tor. I'm going to use Firefox for this because it's simple and it works great with Tor. So just open up Firefox, go to the settings, scroll down to the network section, and click on Settings under Network Proxy. Once that window pops up, choose Manual Proxy Configuration. Now in the socks host box, type in 127.0.0.1 and set the port to 9050. That's the exact port Tor is listening on. Make sure you select socks v5, and super important here, check the box that says Proxy DNS when using socks v5. That basically makes sure even your DNS lookups go through Tor, so nothing leaks out. After that, click OK to save it, close the settings, and you're done. Now your Firefox traffic is officially running through the Tor network. So when TorNet starts bouncing your IP every 12 seconds, Firefox is going to follow along in real time. And you'll literally be able to watch those IP changes live. Now comes the main part, running TorNet. Type TorNet _interval. 12 _count 0. Let me break this down for you. The _ interval is how often your IP changes. We're using 12 seconds because that gives Tor enough time to build a new circuit safely. If you set it too low, like 5 or 8 seconds, Tor might throw errors since it needs time to establish a new relay path. So 12 seconds is the sweet spot. Smooth, stable, and reliable. Once you run that command, TorNet will start rotating your IP every 12 seconds, and it'll keep going until you stop it manually. To actually see it in action, open your browser and go to check .torproject.org. This page shows your current Tor exit IP and confirms if you're connected to Tor. You'll see a message like, "Congratulations. This browser is configured to use Tor now. Wait about 12 seconds. Hit refresh, and boom. Your IP changes. That's the proof. Your traffic is bouncing through different Tor nodes all over the world. And that's basically how hackers stay anonymous online, using IP rotation through Tor, combined with tools like TorNet. But remember, this is for learning and privacy protection only. Use it ethically. You can protect your own privacy, test network security, or just understand how anonymous browsing works under the hood. Alright guys, that's it for this video. If you learned something new, smash that like button and subscribe for more practical cybersecurity tutorials.